Hello, thank you for clicking that link and joining me again today. I am so glad you did. My name is Dee. I am Fat Chick in a Barn, and today we are here, as you probably have guessed, to talk about 1,000 Pound Best Friends Season 2, Episode 9. Wait, lady, wait. And as always, the show opens up precisely where it left off, there in Savannah, Georgia, for Megan's bachelorette party. They cut to a confessional shot with Tina telling how she and Johnny aren't doing that well, and some of that problem is due to Megan and her fiance John being there. John and Johnny, not to be terribly confusing. So I am going to now call Johnny Nee, and points if you get that reference. I bet none of you do. So Tina's acting all nervous and she orders Megan a drink, a sex on the beach, and Megan's like, oh, you got me sex on the beach, oh. And Vanessa then calls Tina out for not telling Megan when she gives her the drink. And this just seems all contrived to me, because like who would tell their best friend on their bachelorette party that they need to move out? Like, come on, TLC, come on. Cut to what is presumably the next day, and they're going to go on this pedal bar thing, and I hope the driver's sober, and he doesn't have to pedal either, so I'm not sure this is totally fair, but then he'd be like a little skinny mini, I'm sure, if he had to pedal. But it's like a pub crawl, but on wheels, and they go to various bars, get their drink, come back out.
Okay, we got it. Oh, well, welcome aboard, ladies. We provide a 2-hour pub crawl.
2 hours?
Downtown Savannah. Yeah.
2 hours drinking, babe.
Yeah, that's kind of our thing. We'll pedal off to the place, we'll send you out a drink, get drinks, come back with drinks.
Drink while pedaling to the next bar. And then they show me, all the girls on there, and Megan starts making some questionable sounds like, perhaps she's enjoying this just a little too much, if you know what I mean.
Kill the bird!
So stop number 1, they have to descend the stairs of death.
And to get to our first location, you must first descend the stone stairs of death.
Wait, there's that. Is that liquor down there?
Yes, ma'am.
He was not kidding when he called these the stone stairs of death. Oh my wow.
Which honestly are some pretty steep stairs. And of course we know how our besties feel about stairs. Not so hot. So Vanessa dips out because she's having balance issues because of her skin folds and the fat moving to and fro. And you know that her fat distribution on her gunt, lower tummy, fupa, whatever you want to say, is a little uneven, so that's causing some problems for her. And the other thing is, what goes down must come back up. And I'm actually really proud of the besties for going down and coming back up. And I feel a theme coming on, but disappointingly, we don't get to see any more of the pedal pub crawl. It's over, which I was kind of disappointed. I wanted to see, like other places that they visited on the pedal bike thing. We cut to the besties in the hotel room, and they're all getting ready to go out, and it's obviously they're all pretty tipsy except for Ashley, and they've probably been day drinking the whole time. And there's a knock at the door, and this handsome young hotelier comes in, and he starts saying, we're getting a noise complaint, you guys got to keep it down. And then he starts being like, what's that smell? And then he goes over to a cabinet and is like, whose contraband is this? Whose contraband is this? And they're all like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. And then he starts stripping. And then another guy comes in, and he's wearing like a police vest, and he's helps out the concierge or whatever, the hotel employee, the alleged hotel employee, which is obviously not. So as you can imagine, I'm sure the partying continues into the night. The next morning, they have what I would call a high tea. The besties are all dressed up fancy with hats and gloves. And then they go shopping. And then it cuts to them at a bar. They flirt with the waiter, and Ashley asks for a Jack and Coke. And then they ask about how big the jack is. What would they know about a big jack? I mean, did they drive a Jeep? Jeeps have big jacks. So they toast, and Megan says she's never going home. And Megan just opened the door for Tina to tell her. And Tina doesn't tell her. The topic changes to how Megan is unsure about marrying John, and she's scared of making a big mistake. Girl, you are always going to make mistakes, especially in relationships. But I'll tell you a little secret. You can make it through if you don't give up. Relationships end when somebody gives up on the other. Megan talks about she's worried about getting tied down. Bitch, please. You've been tied down your whole life. This is the first time you've ever not been tied down, but I can also see her concern. Many relationships don't last through massive weight loss. Just look at Amy from 1,000 Pound Sisters. She's broken up with her husband. People I've known in my life, that just a lot of times it doesn't survive. Ashley then pipes up and says, it's not like they've only been seeing each other for 18 months. They've been together for 12 years. So obviously through thick and thin. And just have a turkey leg and let's everyone and get married.
Eat a turkey leg. I gotta have a turkey. Just have a turkey leg and let's get married.
Ashley then turns the conversation to Tina, and did she get her appointments done? Tina says she's got the nutritionist one done, but she has one more left with you-know-who, Dr. Connie. Ashley tells her to get that stuff out of the way so they can get their surgeries together. And then Tina loves it. Tina thinks it's a great idea that they can both go through the healing process and all that stuff together, which is probably a cool idea. Tina asks what they can expect from Vanessa and Megan, and they bring up how they fill your abdomen with air so they can do the orthoscopic surgery and put the little tubes in or whatever, and how painful that was. So Tina and Ashley talk a little bit about what Megan and Vanessa told them, and while she does think it's scary, she still thinks it's a good idea for them both to get surgery together. And you know TLC will have them bunked up in the same room if Tina can manage to get approved. Cut to Tina and Megan going to Dr. Proctor, and understandably they're a bit nervous after having their weekend of debauchery. But Tina has all of her other appointments done. Dr. Connie lets Tina in on the fact that she's a people pleaser and that may be part of her weight problem. And Tina confesses she doesn't think she can tell Megan to get the fuck out till after her wedding, which is apparently coming up soon, but who knows with the show's timeline? Who knows? I mean, they may drag it out till next season or make it a cliffhanger. Megan confesses to the cake tasting and the bachelorette party, and she would like Dr. Proctor to take 2 pounds off her weight. Her goal was 300, and she shed some pounds, and she comes in at 289.
I did it.
You smoked the goal that I gave you.
I won't keep going. This is amazing. Oh my God. 289? Like, I killed it. I almost doubled what he told me to lose. Hello.
I'm super proud of her. She did great, especially after a weekend of debauchery. Sometimes I don't do so great after a weekend of not even having debauchery. In fact, this weekend, I am a little scared of seeing the scale because we went to the new smokehouse in town, a new restaurant that opened up, and yeah, it was delicious. But the scale is a cold mistress who does not accept mistakes. Dr. Proctor talks about how he'll never give up and never quitting, and I love that about him. He then asks Megan what she's been doing differently, and she says she's trying to love herself more. Proctor then turns his attention to Tina, dun dun dun, and offers to have Megan leave. Ooh. Tina says no, she can stay. But this is good news, and Proctor approves her. Yay! Super awesome. I'm proud of her for making it and getting through all the appointments and just, having the stamina of doing it, especially since she was so afraid initially. Now we cut to the big day. Ashley's bringing her mom and sister to the hospital. Cut to Megan trying to get buy-in from the kids to clean up the house while Tina's down. Megan makes the kids breakfast, and then she goes to see how Tina's doing and if she's ready to go. But Tina's freaking out and isn't going to go. So then Megan tries to talk sense into her. Then Megan goes and gets Nee and gets him to try and talk sense into Tina. Tina insists that she's the 1% that something bad's going to happen to, and she says, in fact, for all of the surgeries that she's ever had, she always had odd complications. So she's really concerned that she's going to have complications with this surgery. And then Tina tells Megan she's really upset that she let it get to this point that she needs surgery. And Megan's like, bitch, please, that's every day of my life. I am really mad that I let things get to this point.
I am so angry with myself for even getting to the point that I need bariatric surgery to lose weight. Like, I'm so angry that I put myself in this position.
I understand that because I beat myself up every day.
Tina continues to insist that she's not going and thus ends the show with a cliffhanger. And with that, everyone, I will see you in the next video. Air hugs, and I am out.